Can I kick it? He said. Yes, you can, I replied. But you must watch this episode of Is It? Oh dear. Okay, McColl.
My mum said I'd always amount to something.
Yes.
I didn't realise it would be shouting the word shit as long as possible on the internet. There you go. Life is strange.
Yeah, well, everybody's got to have a specialism.
They have. Specialism.
Yeah.
You got
a niche.
A niche,
Yeah.
yes.
Come on then, what we're looking at today.
Today, Dan, we are looking at the AOM Invisible Limiter.
You know, since we looked at the L1, I'm not interested in limiters anymore.
I know what you're saying. I know that. I mean, that's some marketing genius.
Yeah.
The L Juan.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like that. This one was suggested in the comments, and as you pointed out last time, or it might have been me pointed out not long ago, that most of the stuff that people suggest in the comments has been a load of shite. This one, we'll see.
Okay. So before you say,
Before I say,
let's take just a
let's
step
have a
back.
look at it.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think the idea is, as the name implies, it's a limiter that you can't really hear working. There are several versions of it. There are the AOM Invisible Limiter. There is the G2 version, and there is the G3 version. The G2 version is slightly better than the original in that it's got some better metering and a slightly different interface.
Yeah.
The G3 is the mastering version, which is kind of all singing, all dancing, has way more fine control.
Yeah.
And better metering. But let's talk about the original to begin with.
Okay.
So as you can see, you set a limit level. You set your input gain. You set your output gain.
Like most limiters.
Like most limiters.
Yeah.
It's got a unity gain switch, quite like that. So basically, you know, it's what's the word? Gain. Oh, flipping out. You know, where it basically balances.
Yeah.
You know, so you can hear the difference without a level bump, giving you that full sense of everything's
I
better.
see. Okay. Yeah.
And then obviously there's a bypass button. And then there's some controls down the bottom. You can select whether it's working in stereo or mid-side. You can select the shape of the limiter. You can select the oversampling, of which there are extensive options, which is very cool. Latency. And then when you overshoot, what it does. So you can choose, I think, between suppress, clip, or just let it go. And I've got to say, it's quite interesting. So you set your limit level at where you want your output to be.
Right.
So maybe 0.02,
0.2, yeah.
something like that, just under. You drive up that input gain. I reckon you can get easily 3 dB extra out of almost anything, and you can't hear it. As in, there are no artifacts. It doesn't appear to be squashing it. With some stuff up to 6. And it's very hard to hear it doing anything. So I think if you're working in mastering, or maybe you're pushing out your own sort of club mixes of stuff, and you want to be louder than the next guy, this is going to be interesting, because I use a lot of different limiters in mastering, and with some of them, once you start to get to that kind of increase in level, you can hear it.
Yeah, for sure.
This is pretty damn transparent.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's mad.
Yeah, I was pretty impressed with that. It's very easy to use.
I can see that's your screenshot. I can see how much you're limiting there. That's
it's quite, it's doing a lot, and it's you really can't hear it. So
that's the invisible bit.
That's the invisible bit. The name fits. What I will say, the G2, which is the next version up, which has slightly better control and some meters along the bottom. I don't really see the benefit of that over the original.
Yeah.
Very, very little benefit. The simplicity of the original makes it work for me. The mastering version, maybe to have that extra control over the level, the curve, the attack and release, and to choose to set. So you can see how it works with this. That's the interesting thing. So it's a soft limiter and a brick wall limiter mixed together.
Right.
You can run it in mid-side. You can do some clever stuff. I get that. And in a mastering situation, that might be nice to have. However, for just the pure grunt of getting that extra level, the original is probably the best one to go for.
Right.
And pricing wise,
so do you think that the original one does all of that stuff? It's just it does it.
It does it itself
natively.
Yeah. I think it's basically the same sound. You don't get to tweak it, and sometimes tweaking it isn't good because you can just break it.
Yeah.
So I like the fact that this one just give it some more level.
Yeah. So obviously there's different prices for
It's a very weird pricing system. So this standard version, £91. It's a Japanese company, it's got to be said. So this is all converted from yen. So £91 for the standard one.
Now in yen.
Now in yen, G2, which is the next one up, is 150 quid.
Sorry, the first one's 91.
Yep.
The next one up's
The
150.
next one up's 150 quid.
Yeah.
And the top of the range one is also 150 quid. Yep. Makes no sense at all.
No.
What I would say is ignore all of them apart from the standard one, which for 91 quid, you know, whether you want to pay 91 quid for another 3 or 4 dB, that's up to you. But it works. It does what it's supposed to do. It is an invisible way to get another maybe 3 to 6 dB out of it.
Can you demo it?
You can demo all of them, however, they do blast with white noise, which is a little bit frustrating.
If you were to offline bounce,
Yes.
with the demo mastered, with the demo on your 2 bus,
Yes.
would you get the white noise?
Yes.
Right.
They're one step ahead of you there. Yeah, that's the point.
What?
I mean, they're very small steps, but they would be ahead of you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Okay, so it's sort of like you say, does what it says on the tin.
Yeah.
But the big question,
Yes.
Dr. Vincent, is it shit?
No, I don't think so. I think their pricing situation's shit. They need to sort that out. This is great. I think if it was 49 quid,
Yeah.
they'd probably shift a load of them. 91 might be a little bit pricey, but it does what it says.
There we go. There we go. Please invisibly like the video.
Not that invisibly. Clicking like would help. And also subscribe to the channel if you wouldn't mind. You can also become a channel member now and see videos as soon as they are uploaded.
Yep, exciting
what
stuff.
else is there, Dan?
There's an Instagram, Studio Life 101. There's a
is.
Patreon, and there is a merch store where
There is.
you can buy yourself a mug with Sean's face on it.
No, you can't. Well, maybe.
Anyway.
Maybe.
Well, we should do.
Maybe we should do that. Maybe
Yeah.
we should do mugs with both our faces on and see who sells the most.
Yeah. Well. Yeah.
We don't have to spread
Mugs
your
with
face
mugs
over
on.
2 mugs. Mugs with mugs on.
Anyway, until next time. Sayonara.